your full name, your legal full name. If you have 3 names, please put the 3 names. Your job title, please, this job title should match your NOC that you are claiming. I will emphasize on that more during the week. Now, the position you held. This position is very important because it will enable them to know if it aligns with your NOC as well. So there are things that they will look at and say, okay, this also goes with the NOC. Now, the exact start date and end date, if you are still in the company, just put present. Okay, please, when I mean date, day, month, and year, not just month and year. Another one is number of hours worked per week. I know that in Nigeria, my employment letter had like 9 to 5 p.m. okay, so that's fine. But when it comes to reference letter, calculate it and put down the number of hours. Okay, maybe 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week. I will emphasize on these points one after the other during the week. I just want to run it down. Your salary and benefits. Unpaid work is not eligible. Okay, that's why I said reference letter has a lot to do with your application. I feel like they spend time on reference letter more than employment letter, more than few other things you think really matters. So that's why you should pay more attention as well. So detailed job duties, this one, I will also emphasize on it. So I'm going to pick these topics. One, you think it's easy, like I just said it, everybody know it. But when I start explaining this thing one after the other, you understand that it's not just a surface something. Okay, let's talk about it. So I told us that during the week, we're going to talk about the headings on your reference letter. So today, let's talk about the name, your name. So I mentioned that your name, of course, everybody know, should be in your reference letter. But there is something that you need to know. If you are married, ladies, we are always at the receiving end. I don't know why. So if you are married and you change your name to your husband's name, but before you, like, your employment letter has your name, your father's name. So let's not confuse it. Let me put it this way. Your name is Joy Femi. Then you got married to, now your name is Joy Peter. So if your employment letter is Joy Femi, please make sure your reference letter is Joy Femi. You wouldn't want your employment letter and your reference letter to be different name. I understand that most times people say my passport has my husband's name because you are ready to travel now and you now have a passport, right? Please let your reference letter, your employment letter, be your name. Let's talk about title in your reference letter. So we've talked about name. Now let's talk about title. So the title of the job you are doing and the title of job, that same job in Canada might not be the same. For example, personal support worker in Nigeria is called healthcare assistant or auxiliary nurse. We call it nurse Eliza. Those people that just went for training without necessarily being a nurse, like going to school. So in this case, because people were asking me, should I use the name that, no, don't use the name that is known for in Canada. Use the name that is known for in your country, in your office, in your state. But make sure that the duties are okay. The duties are the same, okay? So it's okay not to have the same title. Personal support worker, healthcare assistant in Nigeria. If you've been watching my video, when you hear me talk, you know I'm the one talking because you know my language. So IRCC knows their language. When you go to the NOC, to the IRCC website and go to your NOC and copy and paste the job description to your own job description, you are not doing yourself any good. No. They know the language, and you should also have a language. Your company, your boss that is writing reference letters for you should have a language. So don't copy and paste. Number one thing you should never do while writing your job description. Number two thing you should never do is writing very few, like 2 or 3 job descriptions. Like you summarize. Who asked you to summarize? Why are you summarizing your job description? Give detailed job description, what you are doing. Not so much as well, okay? But not very scanty, 2 or 3. let's say a pharmacy assistant, and you dispense, you don't cluster it, spread it. See you on the things you shouldn't do while writing your job description for your reference letter for Canada permanent residency. So number 3 is deleting your job description because you think it doesn't align with the NOC you're choosing. For example, you have 6 job description and 4 aligns with the NOC you're choosing, and the other 2 doesn't really like align, and you now decide to delete it. You shouldn't do that, because it mustn't be 100%. 70-80% is perfect. Okay, that is number 4. I already gave number 1 and 2 in the other video. So number 14 that just came to my mind is you should be very careful while writing past tense and present tense. Let me put it this way: you are still working in company A, and your reference letter is saying she worked as, she carried out, understand, putting past tense while you are still in that office, you are still working there, you are still present. Your reference letter up is saying till date, and your job description is saying worked as. So, or the other way around, you've already left the company, because of course you can have more than one reference letter.